Okay, Batman by Ed Brubaker, Volume 1. They did these in a couple different soft covers like this. They're a little thicker than usual. There's 2 of them. And this is part 1. They introduce a new villain, and Batman's kind of in New Gotham, kind of, but which is going on in the Greg Rucka side of things. I think in Detective Comics, because I think this is just Batman. Yeah, Batman 582 to 586. 591 to 597, and Batman Our Worlds at War #1. There is a crossover with the Superman thing, which is where the Our Worlds at War comes in, and that kind of messes with things a little bit. I hate the crossover stuff, like when you don't know what's going on. It's really a bummer. I wish modern comics would stop doing that, but they're not going to. And it also leaves out, there's like a Joker story that Batman did, which I forget, or which Ed Brubaker did, which is by itself. And I forget what that's called. Is it The Man Who Laughs? No, I think that's Scott Snyder. But there's a Joker story that he did that's not in here. And for some reason, those aren't included in this. And that's that. So I really love Ed Brubaker a lot. And I was very excited to get to his Batman work. Because I thought, you know what? This is going to be awesome. Ed Brubaker on a detective story. I'm going to be thrilled. Now, the thing is, like, it wasn't bad. And Scott McDaniel's on the art here, which is kind of meh. The art's, yeah, it's not my favorite. I gotta say, it's a little on the cartoony side. It doesn't work for Brubaker's storytelling of dark noir so much, I think. But Batman's basically trying to hunt down, some conspiracy that's going on, like he always does. It's not like that interesting. It's actually a little bit more super heroic than it is, and again, like some of this funky art, like what the heck's going on with his head there? What's going on? What's wrong with your face? It kind of does detract from it a little bit. But Batman's got a new villain who's like fast, and he's witty, and he can outwit him and all that, and he's tied into this like crime family, which is back in town, and Batman basically goes on a manhunt hunting this guy down. This episode here is a group of reporters who are trying to discover the Batman. What's weird about this is like it's reset again to where like, does the Batman actually exist? And it's like, I think we're a little too far into Batman for that to like be a thing at this point, especially with No Man's Land, like when he like was directing so much with the city and stuff like that. How could they like not be aware if he exists or not? And he actually shuts down their production and gets them to not report on him. Very bizarre. It's like a one shot, and I don't know why that was included in here. But Batman starts dating the daughter of like this crime family person, so he's engaged with it, and like she's inheriting stuff. He knows something's wrong there, and it ends up like the villain that shows up is her brother at the end of this. But there's also like he does that trope in this, which is annoying, that like somebody from his past comes back, and like that's the deal. He's known her his entire life, but you just heard of her right now, even though this is issue 500, right? That's a trope that bothers me in comics. Again, just like I don't like the art either. Look at that. That's just the top panel there. It's really funky with the female face. Very rushed looking. And it's fine. Like, honestly, the pacing's good. The characters are all right. I liked blowing through this. I think the problem is I was just expecting, because it said Brubaker, it to be just like top tier godlike. And here's where it gets into the middle of that crossover with Superman. There's like an alien hidden in Gotham, and Lex Luthor sent out his DEO to like hunt it down, and Batman's trying to figure out what's going on over the course of things. Like, it just interrupts the flow of the whole storyline for no reason. I expected a little more out of Ed Brubaker, that's all. I wanted more of a like real noir mystery that was going on, and like I just didn't get it. And then I didn't like the art very much. So that's unfortunate. But it's okay. Like, if it didn't say Brubaker on it, and it was just like I was reading Batman and I didn't know, I would have just enjoyed it. It would have been like a fun, kind of forgettable Batman tale. But because it said Brubaker, I just wanted more out of it. And it ends with him, figuring things out and catching the bad guys and all that. But yeah, very long storyline with this one character, and then that's it. And it's all right. like I said, pretty forgettable. There's a volume 2. I'm going to guess it just goes into a different storyline because this was pretty wrapped up. Nothing wrong with it, really. All the action flowed well, and like I said, the characters were fine. It's just, it wasn't that exciting. So I'll just call it a 7.5 out of 10. A little better than average. Worth a read, but, not the best Batman. It's okay. That's it. Leave a comment down below with what you think. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.